This week starts with a gap down, quite substantial. We are breaking below last balance range, so this might be a bigger move this week. Last Friday was opex, so with significant gamma taken off the markets, now we are unpinned to move far away from this area, and as of now it looks like we are going to test lower prices first, and below our current position there is this balance range we've been for like 2 months, which is not that well defined, and last up move wasn't built on solid structure. There is a gap below us and no really two-way trading, only those 2 days basically. The up move started during this day, so at this lighter gray profile you can see that it is very thin up to our recent balance area. So if we start getting lower, it might be those might be bigger moves, and my first area of interest is going to be 38.50, and below that 38.30. I'd like to see us trading around those places. Here is at this 2-day balance. I think that it can hold prices if we test lower, and if not, then there is not much left before we fill this gap. Maybe this high volume node, but it is quite old volume, so I'm not sure if it's going to be significant. Yeah, so basically that's the bigger picture. Looking at the overnight and the Friday's trading, we traded quite tight range but built double distribution, so it is not that important today. Well, we have poor high and poor high on Tuesday, I suppose, so those are stacking highs that on one side show weak buyers that cannot push higher prices, and also weak sellers that cannot that are selling from mechanical references. If we had stronger sellers, we would have an excess move, an excessive high, but this is just markets getting tired, and maybe we need some relief before we continue higher. So overnight inventory is short. It is double distribution with the upper distribution building around the gap close and Friday's lower distribution, and now we are trading around this balance low that we've made on this day. So it is going to be really important if we build value and acceptance above it or below, and this is the first clue how today's trading can develop. If we start printing double prints here and more TPOs here, then odds are for more rotational trade, or maybe even trend day up. And if we start building TPOs lower, then the odds are for trend day down. And so early on, I think that we might see one thing is that the day ended as a continuation. Friday ended trading lower, and not sure if anyone was buying here because it was low of the day. So now people that were short here might be cashing out their profits, and all people from overnight that shorted this move might be happy with their gains, and we might see some early counteraction and inventory adjustment. So I'll be looking for that move to the upside, and I'd like to see first around this pullback high and previous low. It is T plus 2 low, so some of people look at this. If we are going to hold T plus 2 range, it's quite positive for the market, even if we are below yesterday's low. But I lost my train of thought. So anyway, if we create an excessive move around here, which is also zero gamma level and volatility trigger area, so this is going to be really important, because below zero gamma we have more volatile moves, bigger ranges, and above the ranges should be tighter. So if we start getting below that area, we might see another one of those moves that can give us bigger ranges. So yeah, basically going back to early play, if we move higher and we fail either here or around half of the gap, which is going to be around here or so, I'll be monitoring to enter short, getting back to overnight point of control. Next area is going to be around here. It is overnight upper distribution and also expected move higher, depending when we are going to open. I think that we might see a gap not being filled, like within a few points, and we might roll over. So if we start trading below this area, I'd like to see a pullback, and I'd like to enter shorts, filling out this low volume node. And if, however, we start building multiple TPOs, then I will be looking more of a pullback to enter longs, filling the gap and getting back inside this bigger balance range. If we start by getting lower early on, my first plan would be to monitor for an early flush below and come back. Here is some volume building around 3850, so this might be interesting to see if we can clean this and get back into overnight range. It is quite a distance from here, but maybe if we can build some volume lower, so I could enter on a pullback that doesn't break this volume area, and then get back into overnight range, then rotate back higher. And if we start trending lower, maybe below overnight low, I will see a pullback higher that is on weak volume and gets rejected, with darker volume building below and lighter above. So if the volume looks something like this, I'd like to see a weak pullback and then short, targeting lower prices. Here's 20-day moving average. I think we might see lower prices today, and it's going to be really interesting week, regardless how we end today.